All right, welcome to this explainer on the Hallmark Estates AI assessment by Backcraft. Let me start by asking you a question right out of the gate. How does a team of incredibly hardworking, successful professionals quietly lose over 60,000 pounds a year without even realizing it?
Think of today's explainer almost like a detective story, because on the surface, the business we're looking at today, Hallmark Estates, looks perfectly healthy. The staff are busy, the properties are moving, the lights are on. But it is absolutely exhausting to sprint on a treadmill every single day, working your absolute hardest, only to have all that hard-earned money quietly slip out the back door. When we look at the data from this Backcraft AI assessment report, the numbers tell a completely different story from that outward success. It's essentially a financial crime scene where time and money are being silently stolen day in and day out, despite the team's best efforts.
Section 1. The Illusion of Success. Okay, let's dive into this and meet the subject of our investigation.
So, Hallmark Estates, they're a genuinely solid, premium, independent agency up in North Yorkshire. We're talking 2 branches, 6 staff members, and an estimated annual turnover of about £390,000 handling premium residential sales. But consider that bottom figure for just a second. At a 1.1% fee on a £465,000 average property, every single completed sale is worth roughly £5,115. For a small independent agency, winning or losing a single instruction is a massive deal. Every single lead matters to the bottom line, and every missed opportunity hurts. But as we're about to see, despite all their hard work, things aren't quite as perfect as they seem.
And here is our first major clue that something is, well, leaking in the background. 11. That is the total number of Google reviews Hallmark Estates has. Not this month, not this year. That is 11 reviews after 7 whole years of trading. Right away, that tells us there is no consistent system in place to ask satisfied clients for feedback. The team is out there doing the heavy lifting, closing deals, making clients happy, but they're bleeding potential organic leads because their manual systems literally can't keep up with something as simple as asking for that vital review.
Section 2, Investigating the Hidden Leaks. Let's move to the forensic audit phase of our report and uncover exactly where this time and money is secretly escaping. Now, this time audit completely exposes the invisible drain on the team. Just think about where a negotiator's week actually goes. 4.5 hours manually drafting replies to portal inquiries. Over 3 hours on reactive, any news calls with vendors. Almost 3 hours just chasing documents. When you add it all up, 3 highly skilled negotiators are losing a staggering 42 hours a week combined to pure automatable admin tasks. Think about the human cost here. These are talented professionals reduced to data entry. That is more than a full week of senior fee earner time completely absorbed by tasks an AI could handle in seconds.
Let's see how this breaks down their lead flow. When an enquiry drops into their shared inbox, it just sits there until someone is free. The average wait time, 14 to 90 minutes. Have you ever lost a hot lead just because your team was asleep or simply too busy helping someone else? Because if an enquiry comes in on an evening or a weekend here, nobody is available at all. By the time they manually draft a response, that lead has gone cold. And if there's no reply, the follow-up is entirely ad hoc. It happens days later, if they remember at all. Which brings us to this honestly shocking number, 19%. That is Hallmark's no-show rate for viewings. Almost 1 in 5 viewings result in a prospect simply not turning up. Imagine how totally demoralizing that is for a hardworking agent who prepped for a showing, drove all the way out to the property only to be completely ghosted. And why is this happening? Simply because the agency has no automated system in place to send a quick pre-viewing reminder text.
Section 3, the staggering financial cost. We've seen the leaks, so now it's time to tally up the bill. What is the actual tangible cost of these invisible inefficiencies? The Backcraft report lays out the damages almost like a prosecutor in a courtroom. Slow lead responses, they're costing an estimated £18,200 a year just because competitors are getting there first. Failing to follow up on non-replying leads loses another £12,800. Those demoralizing viewing no-shows cost £6,400. Vendors pulling out mid-sale because they aren't updated regularly, that's £15,300. When you add up all those lost instructions and viewings, you hit a jaw-dropping total annual impact of over £60,000. But here is the absolutely crucial point. The analyst notes these estimates are actually conservative. Let that sink in for a second. That $18,200 figure for slow responses assumes they only lose 2 instructions a year to faster competitors. But Rightmove data shows that responding within 5 minutes converts leads at 3 times the rate of an hour.
The gap between a 5-minute response and a 60-minute response is literally everything in this business. So the real cost of these manual delays is likely much, much higher. Section 4, the AI rescue plan. Okay, we've identified the crime. Now let's look at the solution. How do we use AI to instantly plug these holes and stop the bleeding?
Priority 1 is implementing a speed-to-lead system. Picture this. An inquiry lands at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. Instead of waiting until Monday morning, an AI agent instantly reads the property details and sends a highly personalized WhatsApp message to the prospect within 60 to 90 seconds. If they don't reply, it automatically follows up. It's running 24/7. Just imagine the immense relief of your team walking in on Monday morning with the admin already done, replies already sent, and viewings already booked.
Priority 2 tackles that brutal 19% no-show rate and the endless document chasing. And the turnaround here is incredibly optimistic. By setting up simple, automated WhatsApp sequences, like instant confirmations, 48-hour reminders, and 2-hour previewing nudges, that 19% no-show rate gets slashed down to around 8%. And if someone does happen to miss a viewing, the system instantly sends an automated prompt to rebook while their interest is still fresh.
Section 5, systems, not a people problem. Let's move to our final section and look at the financial turnaround this creates, which really brings us to the core takeaway of this entire explainer. The absolute scale of this imbalance is just staggering. To set up these initial AI systems, the Backcraft starter investment is a tiny £2,383 for the year. The conservative, and I really want to stress conservative, year-one return from recovered viewings and captured leads is £33,522. That is a 14 times return on investment in year one alone. The system literally pays for itself in under 30 days. And this brings us to the ultimate truth of this report. The bottleneck is not effort. The team at Hallmark Estates works incredibly hard. They're diligent, they're deeply client-focused. The problem is that they're running a high-value pipeline through a process designed for a completely different era. This is absolutely not a people problem. It's a systems problem, and those manual systems are fundamentally failing a really dedicated team.
You know, most small businesses have absolutely no idea how much money is silently slipping through the cracks of their manual operations. So as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this provocative thought to consider. If a successful, hardworking agency can quietly leak £60,000 a year just by missing 90-second response windows and forgetting reminder texts, how many invisible leaks are costing your business right now?